The 76ers are planning to build, they're proposing to build their new arena right about half a block away from Chinatown in Philadelphia. And right now they are renting the Wells Fargo Center with Comcast in South Philadelphia. And their contract is going to end, I believe, in 9 years, 8 or 9 years, and they would like to move out of Wells Fargo. They announced the proposal last summer of 2022. A lot of different organizations and the Chinatown folks are trying to fight this proposal so that it doesn't get built in China, right next to Chinatown, because if it does, the damage can be irreparable. We talked about how just the 6 years of construction that it will take. That 6 years means blocking roads. It means the city has to also work on the infrastructure for the arena. So even though the 76er owners claim that this is all privately funded, they're not taking any tax dollars for building this, but what about the infrastructure that is needed for the arena? So like the roads, the streets, how are they going to, and the water, gas, electricity. This has to also be all thought about, that the city has to work on in order to make this arena happen. The impact of building this during the construction, 6 years of construction, is actually environmentally it's like a huge one, because just dust alone is going to be a huge effect on the area, the surrounding area. But also just all kinds of like, what they're proposing is they need to tear down parts of the Fashion District Mall. And let's see, I think it's like 6 years of taking it down and 2 years of building.
Oh my God.
So you can imagine taking down a building, the environmental issues that will cause. And then it's just such a waste, because they also just spent millions of dollars rehabbing the inside of it right before the pandemic, and so that's all going to get torn down. The developers, the 76ers owners, claim that this will revitalize the area, and they claim that there's a lot of crime around here, and with this arena built, it will take care of homelessness and crimes. It will provide jobs for people during the building phase. It will provide, union jobs. And yes, it will, but that can be built anywhere, and union jobs will still exist. But as an arena, it is not a business that is operating the entire, 5 days a week from 9 to 5. So the jobs that the owners claim that once it's built that there will be lots of jobs for small businesses and people of color is really during, when there's an event there, whether there's a basketball game or if they hold an event there. So it's not a stable income for people who need actually a stable income. We are also worried that this is really an impact study to figure out how to justify to build this arena rather than looking at it without bias. Councilman Squilla said that once this impact study is made available, he will allow the community to have 30 days to go over it, and before the city, the zoning committee will vote on whether or not to give the zoning permit to the 76ers Development Corporation. And that's the thing that they need. They need actually the zoning permit to actually build this building. Now, the Greyhound station shut down. That was diagonally across the street from where they proposed to build it. And there are rumors that, the 76ers bought this. That means that they have the okay to go ahead and build. And that's not the case. Just because that the Greyhound station is no longer and it is part of their plan, it is part of the footprint that they want to build, that does not mean that actually it's a done deal. We still have the power to do so. Councilman Squilla is the one and only person that has the entire power to say yes or no to this project. And so he has to answer to his constituents in terms of not just Chinatown. And he did say, well, it's not only Chinatown. As soon as he heard that over 90% of the Chinatown residents and business owners said they don't want this arena, he quickly pivoted and said, while Chinatown is not the only community that's around here, I want to listen to what other communities are saying. So Washington West Civic Association, I believe that's their name, they have also come out to say that they are opposed. There are a few civic associations around that are also saying they're opposed against it. In response to their impact study, we are trying to raise funds to actually conduct an unbiased impact study, and so that's in the progress. But in the meantime, we're just trying to actually like debunk a lot of and kind of fight against like what all the moves that they are doing. If you think about it, this is not just about Chinatown, but it is also about fighting people who have the money to do whatever they want, people who have the power, and thinking that communities like us, whether it's Chinatown, whether it is the Black community, whether it is the Hispanic community, and just because they think that we don't have that power, that we don't have as many rights as they do, that they can just like take over. So if this can happen to us, this can happen to any other communities, any working class communities that are underserved, that are disadvantaged, just because this is people think they have money and they can do whatever they want.